Destroying the planet is awesome. To understand what that means, let's talk about the greatest existential threat of our lifetime and why we are totally wrong about it.
For the first time ever,
global warming has exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius.
global warming.
The warmest for 400 years.
Climate change is real.
The narrative is always the same.
Time is running out.
Governments have to act now against climate change.
And every other year, a video like this goes viral. Someone digs up devastating footage. Oceans overflowing with plastic, starving polar bears, the North Pole collapsing, forest consumed by flames, overlays it with a ticking clock and pairs it with dramatic speech from a voice that you've heard 100 times before, urging us to act now before it is too late.
Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale, our greatest threat in thousands of years. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
The message spreads like wildfire. We panic, we share with friends, and for about 1.5 weeks, we become a little bit more environmentally conscious. Maybe we join a beach cleanup, skip a plastic straw or two, and feel really good about ourselves for a very, very short time, only to go right back to normal, conveniently ignoring the carbon footprint of our next intercontinental trip. It's almost like we are wired to self-destruct, and the things we do on a daily basis just make things worse for the planet, but we keep on doing them anyway. Why? Because they are comfortable, they are convenient, and convenience almost always feels awesome. What if we've all been missing the point? You see, as the human species, maybe we are subconsciously programmed to ruin everything we touch and even have the hypocrisy to feel awesome about it. And that is just the beginning of what is really going on. Just think about it. Doing unsustainable activity is just way easier and more pleasurable, right? The convenience of cheap flights, fast fashion, consuming energy, it all feels amazing in the moment. It is like a quick hit of satisfaction, a dopamine rush that makes us feel good instantly. It feels like we're winning, and winning is addictive. So you can't help to feel good despite your destructive behavior. It's kind of absurd. And that makes me wonder, are we programmed to ruin everything? I mean, every time we take a little bit extra, consume a little bit more, and leave less for the future, as if we don't care about the cost. For centuries, humans have built, conquered, and expanded, so naturally, I think we are wired to love that feeling because it feels like power. But we are unaware that we are simultaneously leaving a trail of destruction. And that's not even the worst part. There are entire industries that are preying on our addiction. They give us just enough to feel better. Green labels, recyclable packaging, a tree planted for every purchase. It's greenwashing, and we keep on buying it. Why? Because it makes us feel like we are making a difference without actually giving anything up. It's hypocrisy at its finest. People have made entire careers of this destruction, profiting from our need to feel like we contribute without actually doing anything valuable. You see, companies, governments, everyone, we are all destroying the planet at a crazy rate, but we pretend that someone is saving it, and this entire industry convinced us to feel good about it. And here's where it gets really, really twisted. We want to believe them because it means we don't have to change our behavior. So you gotta stop fooling yourself. The truth is, quick satisfaction will always feel awesome. The cheap products, endless energy, the convenience of all of that, it is all built on a system that simply rewards short-term pleasure over long-term survival. And everyone knows the studies that show how carbon emissions are harmful, how our consumption is unsustainable, and yet it seems like nobody cares. Because people care only to feel good about themselves. And it seems really easy just to blame it on like biology or something like that. But what if the truth is far more complicated? The reality is we've been telling ourselves a lie. We've convinced ourselves that pretending to save the planet is somehow positive simply because it is easy. But we actually have to do a little bit more rather than just making ourselves feel good about it. Convenience and comfort are only awesome until the actual consequences are going to catch up with you. So the real question we have to ask ourselves is, are we ready to redefine what awesome means? I mean, the world doesn't need more empty gestures. It needs real, meaningful change. And that change starts when we decide to stop chasing what feels good now and we start working towards what will be truly amazing like later on. Thank you so much for sticking around until now. I felt it was really important to address this topic, and I wanted to give a shout out to Motionary for making this video possible. As someone who makes video content online, covering more complicated topics like this isn't easy at all. In fact, I always wanted to make something like this, but it's not like I could just like fly out quickly and film a melting glacier or capture some footage from outer space. And that is where Motionary came in super handy, because they provided me with all the tools I needed to create this kind of video. In case you haven't heard about them, they are a one-stop shop for everything related to video editing, and they provide a full range of tools to visually tell a story like this, which makes it super easy to patch everything together quickly. They even offer an AI voiceover tool, which is a brand new feature. So if you need a professional voice to narrate your video, you don't even need to hire a voice actor anymore. So I found this speech on climate change, just copy pasted the whole thing into Motionary, selected one of the documentary style voices, and boom, here's the result that you saw at the beginning of the video.
We are facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years if we don't take action. The collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon.
So as you can see, one platform allowed me to download everything I needed for this particular video, which is very cool and convenient. Also, you don't have to pay for each asset that you download. Instead, the service is subscription-based, which gives you unlimited assets at one affordable price. So if you want to check it out, you definitely should. And the good news, it costs only $20 per month for the annual plan. Plus, if you sign up with my link below, you'll save $50 US, which is a great deal for any filmmaker or content creator who wants access to creative tools without breaking the bank. So if you are serious about video production, go check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in one of the next videos.